How you guys doing?
Good.
Good, Cam. How are you?
Real good, real good.
How's this process been? Just getting back out here, kind of, you're able to get coached up out here instead of all that virtual stuff.
It's a lot of different things that's different this go around, but it's all good. It's all a part of the process. Seeing the fans, that's one of the things that I really enjoy. Having more understanding of things. New personnel that's out there. There's some things that you got to iron out. Tad bit misses. But yet knowing that we got another day to make the proper corrections. So.
Phil said right at the draft that Cam's our starter, and that's how it's going to be.
Right.
Obviously, we're treating it like it's a quarterback competition.
Mm-hmm.
Do you perceive it as a competition yourself, or you're like, I'm a starter?
Ever since I've been here, it's been a quarterback competition. I think that's in essence the underlying Patriot way. Every position has a competition there, and the quarterback position is no different. Brian Hoyer is supposed to make me better. I'm supposed to make Mac Jones better. Mac Jones is supposed to make, Brian Hoyer better. You can't forget about Delegata and even Stiddy that's in the balance. And shout out to him. Hopefully everything went good for him. But for us, it's just the mentality to have that championship, mental toughness each and every day and the desire to get better.
How do you go about stacking those good days together? How do you go about stacking those good days together? Make sure you're more consistent.
Well, that's the challenges of training camp. Consistency is key. Coming out each and every day with a fresh new start, no matter what the day before it happened and no matter what the play before it happened. And that's what you got to just get.
In that vein, I wanted to ask you, you mentioned getting guys better. Mac had a rough session, just a little one at the end of practice. It seemed like he was down on himself. And you spent some time, Hoyer first, and then you spent some time just talking to him.
Y'all seen that?
Oh yeah, we're on everything up here.
Oh, I know.
What you guys talk about? Go ahead, bring us in.
It's to be honest with you, it's still a learning process. And I told Mac this yesterday, and he doesn't know me yet. I don't know him yet. As far as comfort, I've been around Brian long enough for him to know how to get me going. Obviously Stiddy in us. So, just a couple months with Mac, he's a person that over time you'll get to understand and know. He may be a guy that you just got to but afterwards, or he may be a guy you just leave him alone and let him come back to himself. But as a young player, man, you know that what your expectations are, and you know that you're better than what you're producing. And even it still happens with me. It doesn't matter if you're 11 years in, 1 year in, 14 years in. For us, it's knowing that we have a standard that we have to meet each and every day. And, of course, it's going to be disappointment when you don't meet it. But, yet, Mac has been great. Brian has been great. Everybody's just trying to learn each other and just try to be the best team as we can as much as possible.
Cam, you say none of us dwell on the past too much, but when you look back in 2020, what did you want to fix? Personally, you look at it and say, I got to fix this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, bro, 2020 is over with. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of dwelling on that. My main focus now is just trying to get better and to be the best quarterback that I could possibly be for the New England Patriots here moving forward, and trying to come out here each and every day and using this as an opportunity to do that.
When you were doing warm-ups, I noticed you kind of re-threw a throw. You were kind of like you wanted to try it again, and you kind of did like a step, like you were trying to remind yourself of something, mechanically, like stepping through or something. In terms of just what kinds of things are you trying to remind yourself of in terms of your mechanics or just like your process of going through every throw?
I mean, to not overthink, things. You just have to a self-diagnostic. Check in, with yourself. When you don't feel like certain things are hitting the way it's supposed to, as far as pop, zip on the ball, feeling your feet in the ground, understanding that you got a little bit more power to uncoil, you still have to check in with yourself and know that, all right, my feet planted, is my shoulders and my feet involved, and not just throwing it, with my arms. So, it's a full body type of technique that the arm gets the credit for. So,
What different would you say you are physically at the beginning of this year than you were at the beginning of last year?
Physically?
Yeah, physically.
I didn't do anything this offseason as far as, any procedures, and that helps. So, when you got more time with the kids, more time with the family, more time to really focus in on yourself, physically and mentally, you know, you feel a little different, more confident.
You did an interview with Cigar Aficionado where you said you're not going to be a battering ram anymore. Is that just sort of an acknowledgement? That's what they said. I think you're not going to see that kind of player anymore when you run the ball. Is that just an acknowledgement of like you got to?
I'm getting older.
Yeah.
You know, you just have to move a little differently. You know, it's not about you know, proving certain things. I mean, we all know what I can do running the football at this particular point in time, and if it needs to come to those things, I'm willing to risk it all. But yet, if it doesn't require that, then of course you have to be a little bit more mental, because a nick and a bruise at where I'm at, it sticks a little longer than just a day and then, you know, going about your business.
Wait till you get old like me.
All right, like me.
You talked about how it's still a learning process. Like Mac doesn't know you. You don't really know Mac. From what you know right now of Mac, how would you describe
Oh, man. Cool like the other side of the pillow. You know what I'm saying? You know, you never know when he's really, you know, down on himself. You don't really necessarily know when, you know, he's up either. You know what I'm saying? He's real cool. I'm surprised his knowingness of, you know, hip hop music. You know, you catch him in the locker room every time. You know what I'm saying? Quoting some Future, some Baby. You know what I mean? But, you know, those are things that you just got to learn with time. You know, we had an opportunity to meet in the OTAs, but you don't really get it. And then it's still another curve that's going to get during game times. It's good that we get preseason games and things like that, so you'll know these live bullets. So, you know, I'm pretty much here for him, just like Brian is here for him, just like, and I hope, I know it's reciprocated on all fronts.
We saw various workout sessions in the offseason, you and some of the guys who are out here now. A couple days ago, you posted a picture on Instagram, I think, with a playbook on your lap. Can you describe the difference when you have an offseason where you can work with teammates, invest that time, and then also the time invested in the playbook coming in?
Well, it's not only the time, it's always been a lot of time invested in the playbook, but knowing what you're looking for and knowing the focusedness. It's not just like a fire hydrant of things coming at you. You know what I'm saying? You kind of understand, okay, do I want to focus on fronts today? Do I want to focus on, you know, really pass combinations, 2x2 combinations, 3x1 combinations, 1x3 combinations, and things like that moving forward, knowing what my reads are, and the faster that I can, you know, go with the football, the better off it'll be.
Cam, you mentioned going faster with it. There's some reps where it seems like it's taking a while for the ball to come out. Why is that? How do you work to improve it? Is that part of the process, or is it something you're like, geez?
It's what training camp's all about. You know what I'm saying? Of course, we have this mental in our head that, you know, in the classroom or, you know, when we're meeting, you know, coach asks a question, boom, that's where we're supposed to go with the ball. Okay, now you got Devin McCourty showing something, you know, Kyle Duggar showing something, then all of a sudden, you know, Hightower jumps over here, and then all of a sudden, you know, it's like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? It's just taking the brain a little longer at times, but hopefully with a lot of repetitions, you know, it'll be good.
How much does it help that you guys have a good defense? You just mentioned those guys. How much does it help on
Helps
your
a
end?
lot. Helps a lot.
Came a lot of new pass catchers added this year. How's the acclimation process with those guys?
Well, it's still a process. It's still a process that's going, you know, trying to find ways to fit their comfort zone. You know, do you like a back shoulder? Do you want to go up and get it? Do you want to run past them? You know, those different conversations that's happened via text, phone calls, you know, face to face, and we're trying to get it. So, you know, I missed a couple of them today that I know, you know, it needed to happen to get it on film to know, all right, Nelly, what you thinking right here? All right, John, what you thinking right here? All right, you know, Hunt, what you thinking right here? And then we coach each other up on it, and then we come back here tomorrow and get better.
Cam, would you say your competitive spirit to win games, to be number one on this team, is as strong as it ever was in your career?
It's always been there. You know, I'm a competitive person. You want to go race right now so I can show you?
You'll win.
Yeah.
How much of it, I mean, obviously, you know, you're reading things in real time, and you know, you're just like, okay, this is where I want to go with the ball right now. This is where I should go with the ball. In particular with Nelson, you know, it seems like you've been trying to get him deep for a little while. You finally got him today. How much of that is just like is maybe purposeful in terms of like, I want to, you know, purposefully like get this connection with you, so I'm gonna give you a shot.
See, the thing is, you guys must understand, we're still in training camp, right? And this is probably the only time that this is the first time we've had that access to do certain things. And OTAs, I mean, it's just OTAs, and you can't really let it rip like you want to. And, Coach is doing a great job with monitoring certain focuses each and every day. So the ability for us to just throw the ball past 20, 30 yards was the first time we've done this in months outside of meeting individually. But now you got a line. Now you got to step up in the pocket. Now you have many distractions. So, yeah, Nelly is here to do one thing and multiple things, of course. But, we try to put guys in position, or Josh tries to put guys in position to make plays and do things that they're comfortable. And having days like this, you find out what guys are comfortable at. And that's what you want to kind of attack.
How much did you enjoy? You mentioned fans. How much did you enjoy a little interaction with the fans yesterday in the end zone, and then coming out each day to applause and cheers?
I'm not sure if you guys know anything about my resume. I'm a fan. I'm a guy who wears his emotions on his sleeve. I need that energy, And then the football giveaway, that's nothing new for me. So I think, I plan on giving a lot of more footballs away. Hopefully a lot more on Sundays, and really get the fans really involved, from the kids to the fans and everybody alike.
Yeah, along those lines, a lot's been made. National conversation going on about athletes and mental focus, and how that can be got to be thrown off kilter with what that does to you mentally and psychologically. Along those lines of just having access to people and seeing fans and stuff, you as an athlete, how has that changed just psychologically coming from last year to this year? Just how translating that into the physical, how does that all work together for you? Have a little bit of more normalcy out here than we did maybe over last year, when everybody was going through what they were going through last year.
It's a great question, but yet, we are professionals, and everybody deals with it differently. Me personally, I look forward to the fans. You feed off the cheers, you feed off the oohs, the ahs, and even the boos. You know what I'm saying? So I can't judge another person, but yet it still takes, we've been away from it for so long that now when you see it now, it's almost like, is this normal? You know what I'm saying? Because for a minute, and I can say this boldly, it kind of feels surreal. You know what I mean? When you come out here, you got fans screaming and hollering, and that's a good thing, but it tells you what it once was, and hopefully it can stay the same as, we all obviously knows what's going on in the country right now.
Cam, is your natural inclination to be a leader, or do you have to force that on with yourself?
Huh? I don't understand your question.
I mean, are you the type of personality that likes to lead as opposed to follow?
I think, by default in all of sports, everybody knows a quarterback to be the leader on the team, no matter whether you want to be or not. And we all lead completely different. I lead completely different than Devin McCourty. I lead completely different than Matthew Slater. I lead completely different than Hightower. I lead completely different than, James White. And that doesn't make him a better leader than me, or vice versa. We all have our roles on this team, and no matter what's expected, you just have to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable as a person who leads by example first, and then go about it the other way. All right? Thank you, guys.
Thank you.